Yeah, I slept in more than I thought I was going to this morning, which is not a bad thing. I slept until about just a little under 12, and um, then from there I just needed to get my puppies situated. So, and then of course I
Yes,
just ran off and grabbed my smoothie really quick. So
sleeping in is always great.
yeah. Hey Monty, thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I've been staying up late these past couple of days. Nothing important, just watching TV. So it just caught up to me.
Yeah, I bet that's it's like Trenchy, but to a lesser degree.
Yeah, he was asking me if we were going to do a watch along or if it was just a hangout. I didn't. I didn't really take the time to find a movie or anything, so I just figured hangout would work out all right. Plus, I haven't been around in several months. Hey, Slipknot fan, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, I I went to Twitter because I got a notification that Trenchy had set a live stream link, and I
Mhm.
was doing some work like when that happened. But then when I got back to where it wasn't work or anything, I was like, oh, I'll check on Trenchy's link, and then I saw you, and I was like, oh, right. And I actually went there to see if Trenchy was still like there and see if to tell him that you're about to start one. But then I went on there and he was, clocked out. He
Mm.
was doing
Oh.
the Trenchy.
Oh, okay. I thought that notification was from last night that he was going live. My puppy's chewing on my boots.
It might have been last night. My notifications are garbage sometimes.
Oh, okay. Video Tasty says evening. Good evening. Thanks for stopping by. Hope your day's gone well. And then
Like
just really, uh-huh.
I was saying, for example, um, like with people's YouTube notifications, I they're awful on mine. I do not know how to fix them. I hardly get them ever.
Hmm.
Like there's sometimes where I'll get them really quick, but then sometimes I get them like to me it'll be like, oh, someone just posted this, but in reality they posted it like an hour ago or a day ago.
Huh. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I don't usually see those until the next morning because Trenchies usually sends them out later. And I think last night, what was I doing last night? I was watching vloggermentaries, like those docu-series that they make about YouTubers. And then I started watching a couple of reality shows episodes.
Yeah, I'm usually sometimes I'm awake for those, but more recently since work has gotten more up, I've been asleep during his streams.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, and then just really quick. So Slipknot fan was saying I watched a few horrors recently. Sometimes they come back, a Stephen King adaptation and the Cursed British Werewolf movie. I've never heard of Cursed. The Sometimes They
It
Come Back was a pretty good one. I remember kids talking about that back during my school days when I think that was a direct-to-video movie or a TV movie. Um,
there was there was a movie called The Curse that they actually filmed inside my house.
oh, really?
Yeah, I have pictures and everything. I have them saved to my phone, but I don't have the physical ones. My family have those.
Hmm.
That's like a picture of me as a kid with next to the monster, and them putting the makeup on the monster.
Hmm.
And we actually had a friend. He was like the writer for the movie.
Oh, wow.
He was my mom's friend, but it was called The Curse. I don't think that's the curse you guys are talking about.
I'm not familiar with the one that Slipknot was talking about. British werewolf movie. I'd have to look it up.
Trinity and the movie I'm talking about, they said they found it on Tubi. The Curse I'm talking about,
Huh.
which before it appeared on Tubi, it only aired on Sci-Fi once,
Hmm.
and that's what the writer guy was so mad about. I don't
Did
even know where he is now, but like I remember bits and pieces of him.
Hmm. Now I'd be curious to look it up.
Trinity and them looked it up that one day I was talking about it, and they found it, and then they found it on Tubi, and John watched it, so.
Oh, okay. Huh. Let's see. The Cursed is also known as 8 for Silver in the US. I'm still not familiar with that.
Yeah, that ain't the one I'm talking about, because the one I'm talking about was made in America.
Hmm. But yeah, Slipknot says Sometimes They Come Back was the best one. That I remember enjoying that movie. I think it came from the Night Shift short story collection. I know it came from a short story adapted from something Stephen King had written back in the day.
Like Children of the Corn.
Yeah, which is funny because the short story is way different from the actual movie.
Well, we went, horror boy Nate here recently went on a watch along, like, well, not watch along, like a watch party thing of him just watching all the Children of the Corn movies, and we all watched the second film together in the back, and that movie was something. I screamed during the poo wall scene.
The poo wall scene.
Yeah, because okay, so the old lady in the scene, she opens the door and there's a cross. It's like it looks like poo on the wall and a cross, and fucking the lady starts smearing it and everything, and it's just disgusting looking. And I was like, oh God.
Hmm.
And then the main guy came over and he touched it and he said, ew, and he smeared it on his pants, and it just made me want to throw up every part of it.
Uh, I'm listening to your description and I'm sitting here just making the grossed out face. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, and all the rest of them were just like Trinity and them were just all normal about it, giggling a bit, and I was just over here freaking out.
Wow. The good thing is it was a movie, so it was just fake poop.
Well, see, I don't think it was even supposed to be poop, but it looked like poop.
Mm.
Like if I was to visually show you the scene, which I think it'd get copyrighted if you showed it during it live. Like if you physically look at that scene, you're gonna think poop. It's that. The movie is weird though. Someone gets killed by a corn stalk, literally it gets thrown at them and it stabs
Oh,
them.
okay. Yeah, I think it was mud, not poop. It took a
Yes.
while for me to remember, yeah.
Um there's this Native American guy who turns into a ghost at the end of the movie. It's weird.
Okay, and we have TYTD reviews. I'm sorry, I don't know what your initials are for. I apologize. Hey guys, hope you are keeping well. I'm catching Spookies for the first time tonight, and then I'm going to hit a full moon film. Not sure which one just yet. Maybe Killjoy 2. Hope you have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. I've Spookies. I don't think I've never seen or heard of. No, I've never seen either of those. Never heard of Spookies. I've heard of Killjoy. It has the look like it should be an ICP movie. And then Slipknot asking, "Did you buy the Blu-ray?" Spooky's not, just catching it on Shutter. If I like it though, I'll grab it on Blue. Huh. Never heard of Spookies. Not sure what that one is.
That's me with like most like low budget horror or whatever. And just like people talk about these ones. I'm just like, no idea. Although if Trenchy recommends a movie, you watch that movie because it's gonna be the weirdest thing you ever seen.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the shorts. He sent me links to a short movie he watched. I forget if it was about a series about. I want to say it was about tomatoes. I can't remember.
He sent me 2 movies I haven't forgotten. Brain Damage, where it's this little worm dude, and it's super weird. And then the second one is like this giant meatball meteor thing that goes around and attacks people.
Hmm.
I think we actually watched that movie here.
Okay, that must have been during my time away.
No, on your stream, I think or it was someone, I don't remember if we did it live or not, but it was a movie and they, like, the scientists were under the control of this giant meteor thing with a face. And it had like a big face and it would like eat people and it was really weird.
It's not ringing a bell. The meteor.
If Trenchy was here, he would probably know. Or not. One moment, I'll be back.
Uh-oh. Okay. See, and during my scrolling around, I lost my screen. There I am. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Brain Damage is great. Meatball Movie is the Deadly Spawn. Oh, okay. Meatball Movie. I haven't seen that one in ages. I caught a little bit on Shutter Live the other day, and I didn't finish watching it. Have to check out the HMV site out. Are they only in Australia, or is that a UK store? I remember hearing about them, so just randomly curious, just from other people that I've spoken to over the years. There's a special 4K Blu-ray of The Howling that looks beautiful with artwork cards and a poster. I have the last Blu-ray release, the one that had that silver foil design on it. No, wait, I'm thinking Werewolf in London. I'm sorry, I got myself mixed up. Or it might be Society. That's the one where people clump up at the end. The shunting.
Oh, that's another movie Trenchy recommended me and I watched it and I was just like, Trenchy, why do you watch this?
I like that one. I like that one. Another
It
movie that I like to recommend to people, it's more on the artsy side, is The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover, which the title sounds long, but it pretty much just describes all the characters in the movie to you. The Crook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover. If you like Helen Mirren.
I just remember watching Society, and like, it's not a bad movie, not at all. It's just, it's Trenchy style, as I put it, which means weird as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I like weird stuff. I usually if somebody has a weird taste in film, I'll look into what they recommend, and it's I don't know. Ever since an old college friend showed me something like really weird years back, and it just turned me on to like all this weird movies, and I'm like, so ever since then, I just look, I deliberately look for like what kind of weird stuff is out there, what other weird stuff is out there. So it got me away from watching mainstream movies, which is good. That's more why I do like the low budget or the obscure or the independent these days.
Like that weird werewolf movie we watched.
Oh yeah, Meridian.
Yeah,
Well, that was 90s full moon. I like 90s full moon. That's my era. I don't I haven't watched anything recent. I tried watching early 2000s like when they came back and I was like, this stuff is caca.
um, I don't really watch, I just watch movies, not like, I don't even know really what full moon is.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah, it's a low budget film studio. Um, they're
yeah,
just
just
Charles Band. Like I think they started off as Republican Pictures or Republic Pictures.
like, I know the name full moon because I've watched movies where it says full moon.
Hmm.
But I don't like when I watch a movie. It's like I don't really have a specific company I watch. I'm just like, all right, is this movie? Let me see what this movie's all about.
Hmm.
If you're looking for a weird movie, Trendy seems to be the connoisseur for that.
Yeah, he sends me links to weird short movies that he well, it's been a while, but yeah, the last time I asked him, he sent me a link to a weird short movie that he had found or had seen.
I asked him once, I'm like, where do you find all this stuff? And he just said, I don't know.
I've made people that question before, and I wish I knew where to find like the weird stuff deliberately.
Yeah, it's because like he sends me the weirdest things, and you want a question, and you're just like, okay, where did this come from though? And just the answer is, I don't know.
It
Found it. And I'm just like, no, there's got to be more of an answer. You gotta give me prime answers.
has to do with like the stuff that he watches on the daily, like his algorithm. Like I don't know if he finds all this stuff on YouTube. It's his algorithm that's suggesting it to him, like just based off of all the strange stuff that he all watches already. So that has a lot to do with it too.
Um, Subna asked, was I talking about a flying purple monster? I don't remember if it was purple, but it was like a meteor, and it had a face, and it would like eat people, and like it could mind control people. It was really weird. It wasn't me, like, it was in a science lab, and it could like control people with its mind and stuff. Like, oh, it wasn't a meteor. It was a big brain with a face. That's what it was.
Yeah, I think that's the that poster described sounds familiar. The purple thing with teeth.
It was a brain. That's what it was. It was a big old brain with a face. And it had like big chompers and red eyes. And it was really weird
Oh,
looking
that's
because
the
I remember,
brain. I'm just going
What's
through
that
the
with them?
comments. 1988 Canadian film.
I'd have to see. Like, I'll have to Google it later. It's just like, okay, that's it. Because I was thinking of it as a meteor, but it's not a meteor, it's a brain.
Hmm.
Big old brain.
I've never seen The Brain. I know the poster, so I recognized it as soon as that was mentioned.
I don't remember where we watched it on. I don't remember if it was in the back or if it was live when we did it, but I just remember watching like all I were like my memory's trying to slowly come back, but the first memory that popped in was, you know, I was thinking of like meteor, but no, it's a brain.
And then just really quick, so HMV is UK and Australia. They do some really nice exclusives, but their shipping is a bit iffy. They don't package stuff very well, and sometimes it turns up dinged. Yeah, I have an Australian buddy that I haven't chatted with in a while, but yeah, he's always mentioning HMV, so that's why I was curious about what that was. I guess it's kind of like our version of Hastings. Um, if you're into weird films, I just got done with one. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I was thinking another movie, Frankie and His Pals, um, 1990 SOV movie that basically Monster Squad. If it had been made by Beavis and Butthead, I'm going to have to remember that one.
With Easter coming up, there's a certain horror movie I need to see. Like I've already seen it, but I want to watch it again for Easter, and
Um,
that's Critters 2, I think, 2 or 3.
yeah, I get the number mixed up, but yeah, I see. No one ever thinks to watch Alien because they have eggs too.
Well, yeah, it's just Critters happens on Easter. Like the person gets attacked, like the Easter bunny gets attacked by the critters.
All I
Some stuff.
remember is the daughter keeps hitting on Billy Zane, but that was the first movie. I don't remember the one with the. If we're talking about the same movie,
This is gonna sound like sacrilege, but I like the critters more than I like the gremlins.
I'm more familiar with the Gremlins. I have like all the Critters movies. I have the that little franchise set. You know, like the what do you call it? Like New Line when they release their movies and they smash them all on like one or two discs and they're like, oh, you can have the whole movie series and you don't have to waste money on a big box set if you're not super into it, but you want the movies.
A 4-pack.
Yeah, yeah, 4 pack.
Because those are
Let me see.
because I have the Nightmare on Elm Street 4-pack as
Let's
well.
see. Feel free to hit
That
me up
can
if you ever want to chat strange cinema. They're my jam too. Cool. I'm gonna have to remember that one. I like weird movies. I ran across one. It came on up on my recommended. I was watching the White Lair the Serpent on Tubi, and then the next movie up was Ed and His Dead Mother. And I'm told it's a fun movie. I've never seen or heard of it, so I might check that one out. I don't know if that rings a bell with any of you guys. HMV is more like Tower Records. Oh, okay. I don't think we have Tower Records anymore. I love Critters. The only one I remember is that first Critters movie, and then I don't know which is the second one where you had that shape shifting alien. And I just remember the scene. He opens up that nudie magazine and he takes the shape of that centerfold and he even pulls the staple out of his stomach because even that got transferred over.
yeah, I remember that. I'm pretty sure that's the second one.
The second
Cause
one.
Cause I think they look at a Freddy Krueger one and he's about to transform into that, but they stop him.
I want to say that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Um, and then also in the second one, there's the giant critter ball that rolls.
Yeah, I like that. I remember the first time I saw critters and it rolled over the man, and I was like, whoa. Like, they just munched on him as they rolled over.
Yeah, I like the critters themselves as well. I like that they have their own language and they're just really mean. Like we get those sub. I like how in the first movie we get subtitles and they're just saying awful things about the people.
Hmm.
I'm like they're mean little balls of fluff.
You're way more familiar with these than I am. Oh, okay, yeah. That's the second critters with the centerfold. Yeah, I don't know why that stuck with me. Like, I was a little kid, so I mean, I wouldn't have understood the smut humor, but for some reason that's what I remember.
I think maybe it's the pulling the stapler out.
Who knows? Maybe just the shape shifting, because I think they change back and forth at least one or two times.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure in the second one they change forms.
Hmm. But yeah, you were saying the 4 pack. I'm like, especially for people like, well, back in the day, I don't think it's so much about physical media anymore. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. It's just I'm not as big a collector as I used to be. I'm actually downsizing, trying to, which is hard when you still have that old collector blood and you're trying to like, nope, you got to let that go. You don't have any room. But I agree with the fact that 4 packs, especially for people starting a collection, that's always a good way to go about it because you get more bang for your buck.
Physical media has become more of a collector thing than as it used to be because now most people, if they want to watch a movie, they'll go to streaming.
Hmm.
But like me, for example, streaming services change what they have. Usually I'll just buy a DVD.
Yeah,
I've
as
never
uh-huh.
I've never been too much into Blu-ray or 4K or any of that. If I like if it changes enough about the movie that I'm like, okay, that's like for example, the different versions of they have for Star Wars. Like there's that.
See, I don't. I'm more about like the different versions of Blade Runner. To me, that's just insane.
Yeah, that too. Blade Runner is a good example of change. Because like the main version of Star Wars I watch is the golden one where it has like some upgrades to the stuff like, but it's not consumed with CGI like the later editions were.
Yeah, I
Like if
have
you want
that
to see.
on VHS. It's just the only reason I would consider like getting rid of my physical media, even though I love it. Is just I'm semi nomadic, so every few years I move, and it's like if I continue to like amass and collect all this stuff, it's like it gets harder every single time. So it's kind of like, okay, well, I have to decide, okay, what am I not collecting anymore? What do I not need anymore?
Yeah, that's me with my minifigures.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Marty, feel free to drop by if you want. Yeah, I forget you guys are in a different time zone. But yeah, if you still want to stop by, the the link for this is in the it's not the Fiends chat on Twitter. What's it called on Twitter? But I have the link over there if you want to grab it out of that group chat in Twitter. Anybody else who's there in Twitter can grab it and jump on also if they're interested.
Wait, Easter's tomorrow, right? Not today.
Well, Marty's in the UK. There, he at least because of where I'm at, he's 6 hours ahead of me.
Ah, then happy Easter, Marty.
Yeah, minimalism is the best way to live. I used to have that mindset, like Even the way that I was is I had like just my sneakers and one pair of dress shoes. Now I have all these shoes, and it's like for years I've been trying to get back to that older version of me, and it's like it would make it so much easier to just like move into a micro home community and just live in a micro house, because then the bulk of what I would own would be like my two televisions and all of my pets.
That's me with my minifigures and clothes.
I know which one. Cheers, cool beans. All right. Well, feel free to stop by if he likes. But yeah, I love chocolate Easter eggs. The ones I used to like, I don't know if I still do. I haven't had them in ages. They were the bunny shapes, and they had marshmallow inside. The chocolate covered marshmallow bunnies.
Those are really good. I had Santa ones like that.
The ones that I've never been able, like even as a kid, the ones I've never been really able to get into are the Cadbury cream eggs. I'm like, ugh.
There's a commercial they made with a Humpty Dumpty in the, I think it was the 50s or the 60s. Um, it is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. It's scarier than some horror movies, to be honest.
Hmm.
Like, if any of you can do it, look up Cadbury Humpty Dumpty commercial, and you will have nightmares.
That's the only thing I like about Easter. Chocolate Easter eggs. Hollow or any kind of a filling or just solid chocolate. No, darn it. I'm on a 3 month I'm on a 3 month cleanse. I'm not supposed to be eating sweets, but now I'm thinking, okay, what's everyone's favorite Easter candy? Sup everyone? Hey Monty, how have you been?
Yeah, I've been trying to do that to cut back on sugars, and it's why I've been drinking more tea and
Mm,
trying to stop. Although
okay.
everyone tells me, they're like, "Oh, you are scrawny. You don't need to go on a like diet thing." And I'm just telling them, I'm like, "No, sugar, sweet. I know, maybe I am just insane."
What? In some fish and chip shops, they deep fry Cadbury cream eggs. I've never heard of that, but then again, I still haven't tried deep fried macaroni. I'm good. Nice to see you back. Well, thanks for stopping by. I no longer have access to Facebook. I locked myself out, but
It's
if you're
fine.
interested in hopping on the stream, I can let me know where I can send you the link and I can get it to you there if you're interested in hopping on. I've never heard of deep fried Cadbury cream eggs. Ooh, Snickers? Yikes. I had a deep fried Snickers bar and Mars bar. Both were pretty nice.
They're trying to break you. They're
Uh,
telling you about all the sweets.
and no, this Monday makes a week that I started my detox cleanse. So, and I have to make it through 3 months. So, um, the other day I made the mistake of eating soup that had salt in it, and I felt so sick. So I'm like, there's no way I'm going to get tricked into eating candy right now. I'm going to get so sick if I do.
Yeah, I've just been cutting back rather than fully cutting it off because I'm too weak, too weak
Hmm.
for that much of a commitment. Honestly, you probably should though, but chocolate be good.
Well, see, I want to be a brat because especially because on this cleanse, like because I'm female, so I'm told, okay, well, the only wiggle room that I get is, like during that time. And I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe I can just save up and get a nice chocolate. And that's like the only, like, so at least I get like 1 week of cheat time per each month.
So at least you get some chocolate.
Yeah. So it's not like all the way full straight because I get like at least just for that one month because everything I'm supposed to eat is like no eggs, no milk, no dairy, no butter, nothing of that. Um, Let me see. I made the mistake of eating rice. I got no, not rice. I made the mistake of eating quinoa. I got sick because I'm supposed to be drinking so much teas and waters and fluids, and it didn't dawn on me. Oh, quinoa expands too. Let me see. I'm about to have dinner with the lovely wife, but maybe tonight. All right. Well, enjoy your evening, but thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Let's see. I'm big on Reese's Pieces, but Asher's candy is amazing too. I'm not familiar with Asher's. I don't know if we have that here, but then again, in the US, certain states have candy that other states don't have either. Same thing with sodas. I thought that was interesting. Like in the South, we have Big Red, which is like a bubblegum flavored soda that people love, and up north, you can't really find it.
Yeah, I've never heard of Big Red.
Always wanted to try deep fried Oreos. I've never heard of any of this crazy deep fried stuff.
Okay,
Anytime.
but how would that taste though? Because would chocolate deep fried actually taste good?
I've never even had a. Do they fry pickles? I've had okra, but I don't think they deep fry pickles. Maybe I'm getting my stuff confused now.
Because I know deep fried chicken and all that tastes good, but sugar and chocolate, wouldn't it just melt?
I don't know how the process. Like I don't know if it's just like an in and out thing. I'd have to look that up. Oh, and then I managed to do the funniest thing on Twitter because apparently I've been I've always heard that there's a tweet and retweet limit, which is like I think it's like over 2,000 some odd whatever, and that's only like if to prevent bots. So if you hit this limit, you get you're not allowed to interact anymore until you meet your 24-hour period. And I've always tried to do it on purpose just because I thought it would be funny because the goal seemed impossible. And without trying, I finally did it by accident. And I'm like, okay, well, now I can't comment or or post. It's funny.
Yeah, I didn't even know that could happen. Because, well, I have Twitter, but yeah, don't use it that much. I get notifications though. Like I see when people direct message me, and that's usually when I get on there. I post here and there, but
Yeah. Like I know on Instagram they do. I thought it was weird. And I don't think we chat anymore, but an old Instagram buddy, they had told me that yeah, they got put on like a 24-hour hold because they were apparently liking on too many pictures, and I was like, what? I didn't even know you could. That was a thing. In Scotland, you can get deep fried anything pretty much. I've always wanted to try deep fried pizza. Oh, that sounds dangerous, but I would want to try that. Deep fried Oreos sound amazing. Oh gosh.
everyone's about to gain 20 pounds more. Trying out this deep fried stuff.
I have an air fryer. It's not the same, but I got it for a reason.
Hey, this is what I've noticed. Usually here's the rule. If it tastes good, it's usually a pound extra on your body.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say if it tastes good, it's probably bad for you.
I mean that too, it is.
Yeah.
Now, if it tastes like a tree, like like a leaf, then you know it's good for you, even though you want to spit it out.
Hey, I've been semi-vegetarian for years and I've always been told you eat grass. I'm like, no, I don't. I remember seeing a Scottish fish and chip shop make something called Heart Attack Box deep fried pizza, deep fried burgers and sausages. Oh gosh, that sounds like something younger me would have loved. It sounds like something me right now would be tempted to and get sick from.
I mean, it has heart attack in the name, so probably not the best thing to put in your body, but the risk is worth it, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a super clean eater. I try to be good about it, but like I don't always, well, I'm bad about sweets, I'll admit that, which is funny because other than I don't keep like white sugar in the house or anything like that. I only have like honey or agave. Um, but when it comes to candy, because I like to warehouse shop, so I'll buy chocolates in bulk, and I'm guilty of that. Um, Battered sausages and fries are to die for. um, I totally lost my train of thought. Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not a super clean eater. Like I usually try to be pretty good. Like even if it's just because I'm not much of a cook. Like I'm just not one of those people. I don't like cooking stuff. Like spending hours at the stove every day, or even if I'm just cooking a week's worth of food and then just standing there longer, letting it settle, letting it cool off, moving it to like the Tupperware or the packaging glass, and then just washing the dishes. And I'm like, I find that tedious. I barely want to do my bed every single day.
Yeah, you just want something easy, not something that's gonna be like a gourmet.
Yeah, I mean, like I am guilty of like buying packaged soups, like the boxed soups. I avoid tinned soups because they're known to increase a person's risk for Alzheimer's. Um, let's see. Plus, I think, and it could just be a me thing, but I don't think tinned soups taste that great anyway. I think the packaging makes a difference in the taste. But I do eat a lot of soups. When I do eat meat, it's usually like I'll get like a rotisserie chicken from the store. Like I don't eat meat too often. I mostly eat stuff like chicken, fish, so like the lighter stuff.
Yeah, that's the opposite of me. I eat probably way too much meat. I mean, I do eat apples and stuff and fruit, but like I really like meat. That's probably why I could never. That's like the main reason I could never go vegan or anything like that, because meat is like main for me.
Yeah, well, I'm semi-vegetarian, so like at least so I can get my protein, I at least have to eat, well, in my opinion, I feel like I have to eat eggs. But it's like and this will probably sound funny to people, but like I don't like large quantities of meat because I get tired of the taste. I've heard somebody ask me, I'm like, how do you get tired of the taste of meat? I'm like, it's not a preference.
Well, I know Sasha. He's a vegetarian. He doesn't eat any meat. He eats mangoes.
Hmm. Like I will eat like red meat every now and again. Like I do have my periods where I'm like, you know what, I want like a double meat bacon cheese double meat whopper or whatever, and I'll do that. But it's not often. But yeah, Slipknot says, yeah, I've heard you can eat anything you want if you do fasting. You have to be responsible about whether you're cleansing, detoxing, fasting. You get more wiggle room, but you still can't get carried away. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm not claiming to be, like all like strict this, strict that. Like I do have my wiggle room. Like even though I say I primarily eat fish and chicken, like I'll have, like a double meat burger here and there. So I'm not saying no to that. I prefer to be gluten free, but I mean, it's a burger. I'm gonna eat whatever bread's on it. Let me see. I think humans are supposed to eat a little bit of everything, not just strictly. Yeah, I agree with you. That just comes down to a person's preference or religious background. But yeah, I eat meat here and there. Just I've never really been big on it. I'm actually having dinner right now while listening. I went for a red Thai curry with some salt and chili seasoned fries and stir fried vegetables. I'm so carved out right now. Actually, fries sound good. Sweet potato fries.
I'll pretty much eat any meat, you know, as long as it's like a chicken or a cow, a fish, something like that. I wouldn't eat something like a horse or like something like that, like a dog or a cat or anything like that. That's where I like when I get that. Or or bugs. I will not eat bugs. I know there's people who eat bugs. I will not eat bugs.
I'm not going to lie. I've always been curious about trying crickets, and I know there's a store here in town. Like they'll cover, like they're already packaged. You don't buy them fresh, but you can get them like covered in like cheese powder or any other kind of powder, like to help mask the bug flavor.
I don't know when I see a bug, I don't think, yummy. I
Well, they're
think
a good source of protein.
I mean true, but I'm just like I can't. No, just can't with bugs. They are like the no go for me.
I, I'm not going to lie. I've always been curious about trying crickets. So, I think you actually
No,
do eat those fried, but yeah, I don't.
no,
I truth be told, I don't think I could like do it like eating them fresh because a texture thing, like feeling the raspy legs and like on the in the softness of your mouth and like scraping against your tongue, I'd probably be like,
well,
ugh.
see,
Yeah.
that's like I can eat cooked octopus or squid, but I wouldn't do those whole where they eat them alive.
I haven't eaten them alive, but I have eaten them raw. Like the squid tentacles and like seafood salad. Like when you get the
I
tentacles
mean,
and they're in
I
the
mean,
oil
if
and stuff.
if it's dead, I can understand. But if it's like alive and fighting you, that's where I'm like, no, I don't want my foot fighting back.
Yeah, what was it, that scene of Old Boy where he's trying to eat the little octopus and you can see its poor little legs like sticking out of his mouth and he's still chewing on it. Was it Old Boy? I want to say it was. Like that's one of the scenes I remember.
Yeah, I think that I think I remember. One moment.
Let's see. I had Vietnamese curry once. It had coconut spicy creamy sauce with chicken and rice. I had curry once. I don't remember what type it was, but mine had tofu in it. One of the first times I tried tofu, which nothing against it. I prefer to avoid it though. That's If you're on a low fat diet, it's good because tofu is high in fat. But if you have genetic predispositions towards certain illnesses like cancer, stuff like that, it could cause issues. So I try to avoid um, soy, edamame, tofu, like all of those related stuff. Um, Same thing with MSG, umami. I try to avoid all that stuff. Yeah, I saw an old boy. He ate a live octopus. That's what I was trying to remember. Old boy for certain. Yeah, I haven't seen any of those movies in a long time, and I never saw the remake. I when I was organizing my movies a couple of weeks back, I ran across my Vengeance trilogy, and I was like, hey. But yeah, whoops. So let's see. Since Kara stepped out, Kara C, I'll go ahead and run my banners really quick. So obviously, I have a discount code for invadercoffee.com. They're local. They're based here in Austin. They have some really good flavors. Obviously, code horror retro. I've talked about them in the past. I love their coffee. And obviously, every sale helps me because I get a little commission. So it always helps me out. Let's see. We do have other discount codes as well. One of the ones that we had mentioned last time was this one's a UK based company, which is store.unusualhorror.com. There's actually a filter where you can go through and you can click to see which t-shirt designs are in stock if there's anything that you're interested in. But as always, I try to keep my discount codes the same, just that way in case someone, it's just easier to remember in my opinion. Horror retro, same as my channel name. But yeah, I need to remember to promote that stuff more often. The commissions do help me out. So have you ever seen Hardware 1990, directed by Richard Stanley, who has directed Color Out of Space? No, I've never heard of that movie. I'm not familiar with it. I'm not familiar with that one at all. Um, oh, and then just really quick, so see, where is the channel at? So we are currently at 3.89 thousand subscribers. So I was thinking of doing another um, DVD Blu-ray giveaway once we hit 4,000. So that would be another interesting thing to look forward to and keep an eye out for. I know I should have done the announcements at the beginning of the at the beginning of the stream. We just jumped on where I'm not super formal in these things. I'm really not. But yeah, I would like to do another giveaway, and same blind box style as I had done the last time I had done one. So I don't know if I'll probably do just 2 boxes this time instead of 4. One DVD, one Blu-ray. It might just be a trivia thing, but we'll wait until we hit that 4,000. Let me see. Hardware is a futuristic droid movie. I'd have to look it up. I've never heard of it. Yeah, so let's see, where else are we at? So I'm thinking for the meantime, I'm going to be doing just live streams only and just vlogs. I don't really have time to sit down and do like full video reviews the way I used to in the past. It's going to be a while before I can get back to doing that, mostly because right now I'm not sure if I'm going to move again or if I'm going to stay put with where I'm at. Um, which is why I describe myself as semi-nomadic. Sometimes it's just anyway, but yeah. So and that's also just why I bring out my little affiliates because it does help me out. So I mean, if anybody wants to take a look at that, or if anybody's interested in the other coffee affiliates that I have, let's see, there's one more, and these guys are really unique. They have there you go, unique coffee flavors and spooky themes. So, and those are really interesting also. Um, I really enjoy those. Like, for example, you can get like electric unicorn flavored coffee, which I'm not really sure I'd have to pull up the website to see what their description of that is. Um, they have they have a coffee called Holy Cannoli, and the design for it looks like the Godfather. So they're really clever. I like their brand as well, and they also have stuff like coffee grinders. You could get a I don't want to say kettle, but what's it called? A French press. Um, I bought a coffee grinder from them actually. Pretty good. They have T-shirts, mugs, so there's plenty of variety there as well.
Now, are you doing like an ad read or something?
Yeah, I was just remembering to do my affiliates. I'm like, I should have done it at the beginning of the stream, but better late than never.
No.
But no, I can just leave that running for a little bit. But no, we're good.
Yeah, I got hungry, so I made my. I had a leftover like hamburger, so I heated it up.
It's available to watch free on YouTube. I wonder if that's available in our region. Maybe that could be like a future watch along. The what was it called? You said it was a droid movie. That a hardware.
Well, as long as it's not like well, you can do a watch along like if it's copyrighted, but you can't like show it on screen.
Yeah, the like Sasha and I, we had tried doing a what do you call it? It had already lost its copyright, and YouTube still took us down for it, which sucked.
Ethel's really good about finding movies that aren't like that are on YouTube in their public domain.
Yeah, public domain. That's what I was trying to say. The which is better about finding.
I was saying Ethel is like really good with finding those kind of movies.
Yeah. Well, she's had trouble in the past also, and I know she has to do her watch alongs where we watch separately on our own screens also.
Yeah, she does those. It does kind of suck that we can't watch movies that are copyrighted because uh, like you can't watch like imagine watching all the Godzilla movies, like those old Godzilla movies that'd be a fun watch, or Alien, Predator.
Well, like you can do it on Twitch, I believe. If you have a Prime membership, which I have, maybe we can just switch over and do it on Twitch instead of on YouTube. I mean, like if it's tongue tied. If it's a movie in particular that like everybody wants to watch on screen instead of, but I mean, it doesn't bother me doing like watching stuff off of Tubi or watching off of separate screens and doing it that way. It used to bug me, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it. I'm just saying it is kind of annoying if like you can't. You have to do these certain movies, or you can't do it at all.
Hmm. Well, I
But I
mean,
didn't know
we're
you
in
could do
separate
that on
schools,
Twitch.
so that's how we managed to do In the Mouth of Madness that last time. And I mean, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't the end of the world.
Yeah, I still had fun watching them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think everyone did.
But I didn't know you could do that on Twitch. Have it where you're if you have a Prime, you can watch movies that are copyrighted.
I think Twitch is partnered with Amazon Prime. Is why they do that.
Oh, so you can only watch stuff that's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, like a watch party style.
I also didn't know you were on Twitch. Did you do live streams over there as well?
Hey, Dice. I haven't used my account in a. I have it set up. I've never streamed there because I think you have to use the OBS, and I've still never finished setting it up. Hey, Dice. Thanks for stopping by. You recently had your film collection showing recently. Film collection showing recently. That's a weird statement. But yeah, that was cool. Did you get a chance to check out what Dice had done showing off their all of their media?
Sorry about that. The food kind of went down the wrong hole.
No, it's all right. I heard some sound. I just wasn't sure what was going on. Let me see. Glad I could pop in. Lol. Yeah, I finally got around to showing it off, all of my horror movies. Yeah, those are always fun to do, like checking out other people's collections or seeing what edition of what they have. I think that's always fun. I had done a bedroom tour of one of my old bedrooms years ago, and it had pretty much done the same thing. Like I had shown some collectibles, some of my pop figures. I couldn't show off all of my movies because they were like pushed all the way back into the cabinet that I was using at the time. It gave out on me. It eventually just said, "You know what? I can't bear all this weight anymore. Bye."
There's how I see collections is there's a normal collection, and then there's kind of overdoing it collections. Like those people who have like movies or Funko Pops or action figures just covering every inch of their house. That's when I say you're taking it too far.
Oh, I haven't gotten that bad. I mean, everything is still contained in one room, but I'm trying to minimize the amount of space within that room it takes because it's pretty much it needs its own room, and I'm like, you don't need your own room. I could be using that room for something else.
It was like that video I think Trenji was showing me of the guy who he walked downstairs and there was just this big old basement and there was just shelves and shelves of movies. And I was like, whoa, this outdid Sasha. And this guy had like a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, geez.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, like when I was younger, I was like, man, I want something like that, and that's what I was working on building. And I'm sure years from now, I'll regret having downsized, but I mean, that's just my main reason for doing what I'm doing, is just the fact that I move like once every few years. So, and especially when it's a situation like, hey, I have to get out, I have to move quick, I'm in a hurry. I'm like, all of that stuff is really, it just really gets in the way. And I remember the days when I owned so little that I could just move in all in the same day in a couple of hours.
Yeah, it definitely gets harder when you have a big collection.
Yeah, I mean, nothing against my collection or people who collect. Like, I love my stuff, and I mean, I love looking at people's collections too. Dice was saying, indeed, I've been watching some videos like that. Lots of people have very specific and neat collections compared to mine. But it's your stuff. You love it. That's all that matters.
Okay, so this is my only complaint with movie collections. People who own movies and they never watch them. That's when I
Hey,
get like,
I'm guilty of that.
watch the movie. You have movies, watch them.
I have so many. I have so many. Sometimes I don't know what I want to watch. And then I have movies that have been in their shrink wrap for so long that the shrink wrap came off on its own.
I literally like I remember Sasha and me seeing his big movie collection in his background and so many of them, and I was like, so how many of those movies have you actually watched? And he said, well, not. I'm actually missing out on quite a few of them. And there was the uh I'm pretty sure this was a year ago, but we were all talking about, I don't remember which movie it was, but Sasha had the movie, and we're like, if you have the movie, why haven't you watched it? And he's like, oh, I just
Not ready to.
really. He's like, it's up on the shelf up there. It's just like hard to get to. And I'm like, then why put it up there? Watch the movie. You own it. Because he kept saying it. He kept saying he wanted to see it, but it was up on the shelf up there. And I was like, Sasha, watch the movie. You have the movie.
See, my thing is I don't open the package until I'm ready to watch it, and then I own so much stuff that I forget what I own. So until I'm walking through the stacks and it's like, hey, I remember you, or hey, you know what? I think today's your day. But that's,
And
at least for me, that's how that happens. But yeah, Dice was saying I was berated during the premiere of my collection video for how many movies I have that I haven't seen. I'm like, I mean, we all have different reasons how and why it happens. Um, I mean, especially with me, like all my stuff is shoved into a closet right now. So there's like all this junk I have to crawl through to get to it. So sometimes it's just easier to look for a digital copy than to crawl back there and figure out where in the world it is.
well, that's fine too. If you can watch it, like just watch the movie. Like if you own the movie, at least see the movie you're owning.
Mm-hmm.
That's my whole point with it. The only collection I really look at and I'm just like, what is the point of this? Are Funko Pops really. Like if you have one or two or maybe just one shelf, that's fine. But these people have them like covering every inch of their house. What is the purpose?
Funko culture. I used to be into that. Like I have several pops and I've never opened any of them. I have like one box that got crushed and I'm like, darn it, I don't like you as much anymore, but I'll keep you because I bought you.
They're kind of going the way of the superhero squad figurines back in the early 2000s.
I
Those
thought you
figures
were
were
gonna
like,
say like the Beanie Babies.
yeah, they're really popular. Everyone wants them, but now they're really worth nothing.
No, I'm done collecting. Like I don't look for more. Like I bought the ones that I have and I'm not looking to get any new ones. So I'll probably keep what I have. I regret letting go of some of my Todd McFarlane um, figures go. Like I grabbed some and I dumped a bunch off at a charity shop once just because I was having trouble like just selling them and I'm like, get out of my way. Ugh.
Yeah, I never really gotten things for value. I've more like my Lego for a collection, for example. They aren't really. It ain't really the collection and the guys you guys do it with. because I build things with them. I use them for videos and stuff.
Mm. Mm.
I mean, even those get in the way, especially the Star Wars boxes, especially the big shapes.
Yeah. I mean, eventually you have to decide when, where, what. I mean, but that's your place. I mean, no one else is to tell you.
I've gotten rid of some of my Legos over the years, like some sets where I'm like, okay, I don't need this. I have other sets that can do what I need.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those sets have sold for a pretty penny though.
Slipknot was saying, I watched a great vid called Food and Taxi Driver. It takes a deep look into Travis Bickle's strange eating habits and how it relates to psyche. I never noticed he ate bread soaked in apricot brandy. That could just to have something to do with some people just don't like eating dry stuff or like the way it gets caught in the throat. But yeah, huh. That's interesting. I've never heard of that. Apricot brandy. Hmm. But yeah, I have like several collectibles that I let go of. Like I had a Maleficent, the dragon plushie from the Disney store. I let that go. I had the Maleficent, the unofficial Maleficent dolls from the movie, the Angelina Jolie. I let those go. I mean, there's like several stuff that I've gotten rid of. So, and that's all
Yeah,
it really comes down to is, it's like when you don't have your own house, it makes a very big difference. At least to me. Some people make it work.
one thing I can give Lego figures though is that they're tiny. So, you can stick them all into a little box. It seems to be good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just if you know Star Wars ships, they have those big ones. Those are where the problems start to come in because they're so big and they fall apart so easily.
Hmm. No, I've honestly never really gotten into like figure building. Like I know the Bionicles were big at one point also.
Yeah, I never got into those either. I was always minifigures.
Mm.
I was always Lego Star Wars. I mean, I do have a big Marvel collection because I make videos with those, but Star Wars is like my main collection with them.
Mm.
And
Mm.
then it all started, well, really it didn't start because of me. It started because my uncle like gave me a bunch of figures
Yeah, yeah, I get
from
that.
him. And it's funny because I have a Darth Vader figure that is older than me.
Mm-hmm.
And I laugh at that because I'm like, this figurine I'm holding is older than I am.
Nah, I have an ET plush that's older than I am. I I swiped it from my older sister.
And then also having a cat with Legos doesn't mix well all the time because sometimes a cat wants to be a sneaky little mischief maker and, knock things over.
Mm.
I hate it like when I'm sitting there and the thing will be sitting on the shelf and you're like, don't do it, cat. Don't do it.
He's
And then
totally
they'll
gonna do it. He did it. Why am I not surprised? Darn it, cat. Now I have to fix it again. I just made a story about your cat. That's what I
my
do about
cat.
my cat at least. Like whenever she's looking at something, I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. You did it. I'm like, you doo doo. I knew you were gonna do it.
My cat, he's gotten better about it. His sister was way worse. His sister, like, she was a little calico bobtail cat, and she
Mm-hmm.
would always go up on the shelves, and she would see the big O, like, spaceship, and she'd go up to it and knock it over. And she'd wait till I looked at her, and I would stand up and be like, I'm gonna stop you, cat," and she'd knock it over before I could get over there.
Hmm. She played with you.
Yeah, and then afterwards I'd pick her up and be like, "Bad kitty, bad kitty," and she would look at me all like afraid.
Mm. Mm.
She was a small little cat. She was very tiny.
Aw. Don't be picking on
My
the
mom,
kitty.
my mom has her now. Like, I only have Mike and one orange cat now.
Mm.
And not the calico anymore. He knocks things over sometimes, and sometimes he'll like attack my charger cord or something. But
Mm-hmm.
overall, he's not too bad about it. Like, my charger cord does have some bite marks into it from
Oh,
that.
yeah. They love to do that.
As long as my charger cord works, I'm like, okay, it's fine.
Yeah. Long as it works.
Yeah. I mean, I don't let him do it, but like, as long as he doesn't break, I'm not gonna be like overly angry about it.
Yeah. Well, and depending on, I mean, worst case scenario, you buy a new one, not the end of the world.
Yeah. I just get worried when he does that when it's plugged in.
Yeah. No, I get that. Some of them just have to learn the hard way.
I haven't seen him, but I think he's gotten zapped before with my old charger that he broke.
Mm. Oops. I just realized this would have made a funny. That probably looks really funny on stream when you and Trenchy are both in the same room because it's a talking duck and then it's a talking goat.
True, true, very true.
Hmm?
We're just the zoo animals.
I don't know. I was just making it funny. I don't have
Mm,
alternate avatars. Let's see. I watched a scene from Wayne's World 2 earlier today. It was Wayne's impression of the leprechaun to scare Garth. And I realized his leprechaun voice sounds like his Shrek voice. LOL. I haven't seen Wayne's World in forever. I don't remember if I like it. I think the second one is the one with Heather Locklear. I never saw that. I only saw the first one, the one with Tia Carrere. Yeah, I haven't seen Wayne's World in forever. Excuse me. But yeah, I would want to do some upcoming vlogs. I don't know if I'm going to film them. I should film them today. I don't know if I'm going to get around to filming them tomorrow. I was thinking I would like to do a video showing the the new puppy and introducing him to you guys. I don't know if I don't. I just thought that would have been a cute idea. So who knows? I don't know if I don't think he really needs his entire video though.
Oh, you got a new puppy?
Hmm?
You got a new puppy?
He's been around for a while. He's been around for a while. It's just other than just showing like random pictures and videos of him on Twitter, like he's never been like officially introduced. So I was just kind of thinking, should I do a vlog video like introducing him, or I guess he really doesn't need his own video.
I mean, if you want to,
Yeah.
like, if you really think.
Yeah, his well, he's my second puppy. My first puppy just died suddenly, so and I was given an opportunity to have a second puppy, so I lucked out. He's an ESA.
Is that like his type of breed or something?
He's an emotional support animal.
Oh,
Yeah, but he's a beagle. Um, I'm trying to remember. So
yeah, I got the basic animal orange cat.
I think he's about 5, 6 months old now, Mr. Puppy.
They do grow up fast. I mean, my cat's already 2 years old.
Mm. Yeah, I'm enjoying him though. I wish he would use his pee pad and just only go there where he's supposed to, but I mean, sometimes he.
I think every owner is like that. I'm even like that with my cat. He is he's good about pooping in his litter box, but peeing
Oh,
kinda not in there.
orange cats are known as ginger cats in England.
I wouldn't really. I know I said orange, but he kind of more a goldish yellow, to be honest about his color.
I call them blonde.
Yeah, that's the right color. It'd be more blonde.
Mm.
But this cat does follow me everywhere.
Oh, that's cute. Mr. Blonde, one of the reservoir dogs.
It's funny because he only has that one dog part in him, which is the following. Because his cat, he will follow me anywhere.
Hmm.
Like even if I'm just walking down the hallway, he'll be right behind me.
Mm-hmm. He just likes you.
Then if I go into the bathroom and if he's not already in the bathroom, if I shut the door, he'll stick his paw through,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get in. Then he learned how to open doors, and that's been a thing.
Yeah, they do that. My cat loves to open the linen closet in the bathroom, and then she started hanging out in there. So I just put a bed in there. I'm like, you want to be in there? At least be comfortable.
They always find the weirdest places to go
Yeah.
and hide places. Like I've seen my cat in places where I'm like, how did you even get up there?
Who knows?
then there's times where he'll get up high and he'll start crying for me to help him get down. And I'm like, how'd you get up here in the first place if you can't even get down?
They have their weird moments. They do, and they do their weird little things. Whoops. But do you have
What?
any upcoming projects or videos or anything that you're working on?
Um, More just stop motion stuff. I think I'm gonna do something with a little Star Wars story
Mm-hmm.
because it's been forever since I uploaded something, and I had to remove a bunch of videos that were copyright claimed.
Oh, that sucks because of the
Yeah.
music, or
Those two haunting hour videos. It wasn't the music that was used in them. It was the video, like, because me and Trinchy showed clips of the episodes.
mm-hmm.
So what me and Trinchy are gonna have to do is edit those. We're gonna have to redo it, refilm it though. I'm just gonna refilm it and do it again and re-upload both videos because Trinchy said he was fine with doing that, and we're gonna edit it where the clips will be in there, but they will be altered, like flipped around, the voices altered and sped up,
Mm.
so it can be copyright claimed.
Is it like the clips were too long, or?
I don't know. We literally brought the clips down to I think only 8 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were barely on screen. But it made the video more. It made the video like that. I was actually proud of, like, I'm proud of my stop motions, but that video, like, with all the work me and Trinchy put into it, I felt really proud because I was like, those are good. And
No, I get
the
it.
reason I was fine if they were copyright claimed because that means people could still watch them. But the thing is those ones, they came in and was like, you need to take these down or we're giving you a strike. So I took them down and I'm going to redo them. And hopefully they just get copyright claimed this time instead of full on.
Yeah.
Like, but for right now, just doing a little stop motion story with some Lego figures. Gonna get some voice actors for that and do a little movie.
Mm. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll work.
Star Wars or Ghost Rider. I just have to decide on which one it will be easier.
Mm-hmm. Like, do you make your own stories, or do you go off of like already storylines from like the what do you call
And
it?
I make my own stuff.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
I haven't really done much of it yet, like telling my own story. Like right now, on my channel, I have just a battle against Darth Vader and Darth Maul and a few other things.
Oh, okay.
But I'm trying to get more story based with it.
Mm-hmm.
See if people like that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Sometimes you have to play with it and see what your audience likes.
Well, I mean, that's been the whole purpose of even starting my YouTube channel because originally I was gonna do animations on my channel, but I don't have the skills for that, and I don't have the money to hire anyone. So then
Mm.
I discovered how to do stop motion and got decent at it. And I was like, I already have Lego figures, so I can, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, Ghost Rider gives me the ability to do horror and supernatural stuff if I want to, and Star Wars is, well, it's Star Wars, so good places to tell stories.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, if you see a lot of potential in that universe, then yeah, the possibilities are endless.
I would say the one with the most possibilities is Ghost Rider, because in that, I can pretty much do whatever I want instead of, you know, um, sorry, I need to move away from there. I think you can hear the people in the bathroom there. I'm hoping none of you heard that.
Um, does it help if I don't know what you were talking about?
Oh, I was saying there's just some noises in the background. I was moving away from that area because you can hear the people outside using the restroom.
Oh, okay. No worries.
So I
Yeah,
was
as
moving away
long as we
from
don't hear
there.
any grunting, I think we're all right. Couldn't help it.
Yeah, you guys shouldn't hear anything now because I moved away from there. Because I was outside right there.
I wasn't hearing too much in the. I mean, I wasn't really hearing anything, or if I was, I didn't notice or know what I was hearing.
Well, I just heard it, so I was like, oh, you know.
You're all right. Excuse me. Trying to stifle a sneeze. Those things are so darn annoying. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I really don't have too much planned on my end other than just maybe some potentially a puppy vlog and then just a couple of unboxing vlogs. So that may just come back to being the norm around here, at least for a while. Is just vlogging and
Yep.
streaming.
Well, it'd be good to have some more content on your channel.
Yeah. I think every now and again I can probably look back into getting like another like radio playback on there. But I mean, I enjoy those, but I just need to make the time to sit and find one that I like and then just get it uploaded and set. But yeah, that would also be another good thing to do.
Good. I need to get it where I can do, because stop motion takes a long time. I need to get it where I can do short videos like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is good content to have, and while you're working on something bigger.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you, like whatever you prefer. Yeah. But yeah, it'll probably be a while before things get back to normal around here. But I think I mean, streaming and vlogging should be all right for now.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Hopefully it all goes good and you get everything uploaded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is difficult to like keep constant uploads like YouTube wants because they want you like constantly uploading to feed the algorithm.
No, I mean, I've done that in the past. I mean, I'd eventually like to get back to having a somewhat normal schedule. It's just right now is not the time for it. But yeah. Hmm. Slipknot is asking, did you see that Joe Rogan guest who said he ate froze woolly mammoth teeth? Oh, sorry, woolly mammoth meat, frozen. No, I haven't. I have no, I don't really watch that. Like I'm familiar with who he is.
Wait, woolly mammoths are extinct. How would you?
I don't know.
I mean, I've heard the name Joe Rogan, but I didn't know someone was saying that they've eaten woolly mammoth.
No, I've never seen or no, I've never heard of that. Hmm. Mammoth meat is often found frozen in the permafrost. Okay, I wasn't aware of that either.
Yeah,
I
I
guess
thought they were like dinosaurs all bone.
yeah, I was about to say as long as people aren't trying to go Jurassic Park with that stuff, but I don't know. A mammoth would definitely keep a fair chunk of people fed, and it would give the cows a break.
I mean, yeah, but think about it. They're basically giant elephants, like more fierce giant elephants.
I couldn't believe it either. I had no idea it could be preserved that long. Yeah. Hmm.
Then does that mean? I mean, they have cloned animals before. Does that mean they could clone the woolly mammoth?
The who?
They could clone it.
Like a whole one?
Yeah.
Possibly. Who knows?
That means it'd be the first time they bring something back from extinction.
Hmm.
Because there was that story of how they cloned a goat or a sheep or something.
Yeah, Dolly. That's the only cloning. That's at least the first cloning that I know about. I don't know if you're talking about another one. Tasted. He tasted a frozen mammoth meat.
I mean, we'll never know truly how far cloning can go, because if there is like a big breakthrough, I don't think the government would want us knowing about it.
Well, they don't tell us a lot to begin with anyway. Like the internet's been around since the 70s, but people really didn't start using it until what the 80s, 90s. So I mean there's at least a 10-year gap there. 10 to
I feel
20.
like I feel like the government is like, okay, let's use this, see what we can get out of it, and then if we find it suitable, we'll give it to the public.
Mhm. Yeah, well, if I remember correctly, the internet was originally used for information transference. It was a military tool, and then it
I
was
mean,
later made available to the public.
there was a story about a guy who made a car like that could run on water, and he was like he went missing and was never found.
God, that dude was high.
One, like he actually had it working and everything, and I he was I like people assume he was murdered for his invention. Like they didn't want that getting out.
Maybe. But then again, like those really lightweight cars that were created in the 70s because of the what was it, the oil shortage or the gas shortage, where like you could even like rims, so aluminum rims so light you could lift them with one finger. I'm like, why don't we have those cars now? Because they want you to spend more gas running these heavy vehicles. You're wasting more gas, you're spending more money. That's what I think, at least. I mean, I know there was a reason that was released. I just don't recall what it was. Whatever that reason was, who knows?
Well, I think if the invention was real and he really made a vehicle that could run on water, um, I think I mean, it is believable that they would kill him for making it because the oil companies, you know, how much money they make from gasoline and all that.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't want that money source going away, so they'd be like, you know, take care of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, I like totally yawned out loud.
There is, I mean, I'm a person who's grown up with mostly the internet around my whole life.
Mm.
So that was my cat opening the door.
Ah, yeah, mine does that too. It looks all poltergeisty when doors just open on their own because you can't see who's at the bottom. It's funny.
Yeah, there's been moments where I've looked over there and it just scares the hell out of me when the door opens. But then I look down, I'm like, oh, it's you, and it's the cat walking in.
Hmm. Who knows? But yeah, I guess we've reached a pretty good stopping point. Um, if you feel like
Mm.
right now is a good time to cut the stream.
I mean, yeah, I if you're up for it. So, I don't know
Um,
if anyone else is joining.
yeah, I mean, the I'm also at that point where I'm getting hungry, so I'm kind of like, oh.
But yeah, we've been going for an hour. That's pretty good of a
Yeah,
stream length.
that's a decent runtime, I think. And I mean, even though it wasn't like the actual story or like, but I mean, everybody just still gets the gist. Like, yeah, I've been gone for a while, so
Yeah. Um, not everyone has to do a Trenchy level stream.
oh lordy. No, I don't think I have the energy for that.
Yeah, I don't think most people do. I think it's a skill only few possess.
Some, yeah. Um, but I'd say, yeah, this is a good enough time. It's especially, I just haven't had other than just that quick sip that we had before we started streaming. I haven't eaten anything in all day, and it's coming up on 4 o'clock here.
Yeah, definitely go get something to eat.
Yeah, be a good idea. But alrighty, thank you for stopping by and hanging out. It's always fun, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, I enjoyed the time here as well. I, it's good talking to you again. Hope to do it soon.
Hopefully, I can get back to where this is a regular thing, even if it's just either a chit chat stream or we can see about. I don't know if you guys prefer like the hangout streams or watch along streams, but I guess I can do a Twitter poll on that. Um, but yeah, see you later, everyone.
Stay
Well, thank
frosty.
you. Yeah, and thanks to everybody in the chat for stopping by. I appreciate you guys as well. You guys are awesome. But alrighty, that will be all for us for now. Good night, and as always, we will talk to you later.
The Kara's